Hi everyone, let's discuss about positioning types in CSS. So we have static, relative, absolute and fixed positions. So what is static? It is the default positioning style and elements are positioned according to the normal document flow from top to bottom. Okay. So let's check the static example. Go to index.html page. Here we will give the title of the web page. And in the body section, let's create a div. Okay, and say this is a static element. Okay, and give some styling here. Style is equals to, so position is static. Okay, and say let's say background color is orange and give some padding, let's say 10 pixel. Okay, so here the position is static. Let's go to the browser, open with live server. So static, in static the default positioning, it is the default positioning and elements are positioned according to the normal document flow. Okay, now let's go to browser. Okay, so here it is the normal document flow and this position is static. This is the default position. So as we discussed, the flow is from top to bottom, that's why it is in the top. Now coming to relative positioning. So here element is positioned relative to its normal position. Okay, and we can adjust it using top, right, bottom or left, but it still takes up some space in the flow. It means in case of static we cannot use top and bottom. Okay, but in case of relative we can use that. Let's inspect it first. Okay, so here we cannot give top and bottom and right also. Top 20 pixel. Okay, so as you can see, top and bottom, all these properties we cannot assign because the position is static. Once we give position as relative, okay, you can see we are able to use top, all these properties. Okay, so let's change the hair position to relative so that we can move it from top to right, top, bottom. Some pixels we can add based on our need. So this is relative element. Okay, so here padding is 10 pixel. We can give top let's say 20 pixel and left we can give 20 pixel. Okay, now let's go to browser. So this is relative element. Okay, here we can give the top, left, right, give right and bottom. We can increase the top also pixels. Okay, that's why it is relative element. Now let's move to another type. Another type is absolute. So in absolute, element is positioned relative to its nearest positioned ancestor. Okay, and it is removed from the document flow, so it does not affect the other elements. Okay, so now let's see the example. Okay, index.html page. Here we will use absolute. So we need to make one ancestor element. Let's comment this for now. Create one div. Let's remove it. Okay, create a div and give style is equals to relative. Style is equals to position relative. Okay, and give height 200 pixel. We'll say background color orange. Okay. So now create one div inside this div. So that because in absolute element is positioned relative to its nearest positioned ancestor. So this is the nearest positioned ancestor of this inner div. Okay. Here you can write this is absolute position element. Okay, and here give style is equals to position absolute. Absolute. Give top 20 pixel. Also give right 20 pixel. Background color we can give let's give blue. Okay, now let's go to the browser. Okay, so here this is absolute position element. Okay, so what we have done, so here element is positioned relative to its nearest position ancestor. Okay, so here we have given position absolute, top 20 pixel, right 20 pixel. Let's go to browser and inspect this. We can increase the top pixels also. Okay, so in absolute we have seen that it is removed from the document flow, so it does not affect the other elements. This is why we have said that, because you can see it is moved outside of this box. Okay, so it is a absolute position element. Now let's move to another one. Another one is fixed. So here element is positioned relative to the viewport, means it stays in the same place even when you scroll. Let's see this with example. Let's remove this. Create a div. Okay, and say this is a fixed element, means stays in the same place when scrolling. Okay, when we scroll the page it will remain in the fixed place. So for this use style is equals style, position is equals to fixed, position is fixed, and let's say give top as 20 pixel, right 10 pixel, let's say 20 pixel. Okay, and let's say background color you can give orange. Okay, so let's create another div and here give lorem 3000. Okay, save it and let's go to the browser. So as you can see, when we are scrolling, this div it remains in a fixed place because this is a fixed element. It will stays in the same place when scrolling. This is the example of positioning type fixed.